Festival Collection 2022 is officially departed from the station. Greetings YouTube, welcome back to weekly release video where we go through the cards that was being revealed throughout the week. Starting from this week, we will be getting more and more of the reviews for Festival Collection. We do have a few supports being revealed from the Tuesday stream as well as the daily reviews. And we also know what decks are being supported in this Festival Collection. Now, whether or not these supports are game breaking, that's still up for debate, but there is some support cards that is game breaking for each and every deck. Let's take a look at what Ridelines was supported for this set. So based on the box topper here, we actually have a look at it's actually safe to assume that all of these Ridelines is going to be supported. For the team Blackout, of course, we will have Bastion, Seraph Snow, Orphis, Magnolia, as well as Nirvana. These 5 will be supported in this Festival Collection. And for Team Daybreak, of course, we're gonna have Basagra, Bruce, Zorga, as well, Greedon, as well as Gravidia. Based on their ratio that we already know, each of them may possibly get like 3 new cards in this set. I mean, there is a technically 4th, but then that 4th card is just a huge trigger. I'm really excited, especially for Bruce and as well as Greedon. Let's get started to what we received for this week. First off, Dragon Empire, Blaze, Martial, Monk, Koukan. Auto Rigor Circle. When this unit attack hits, if you have a unit in the overdress state, draw a card. There's I mean, right off the bat, this is such a disappointment for overdress players. I'm sorry, but yeah, this unit needs to attack hit, means that this unit will need to be in the front row. But then for overdress deck such as Nirvana, most of your front row will be consisting on Virenas because your Virena is your main attacker. So I don't know why they decided that this card is a good thing to give Nirvana players. I mean, you could play this, but then most probably you're gonna skip because of the space issues. You have a lot of dress units to be played in this deck already, so I don't think you will have the space, but it's actually a nice tech-in if you plan to run overdress in any other right line besides Nirvana. But then again, space issues. Next, we have Sealed Blaze Dragon Samsara, Continuous Rigor Circle. This unit gets all of the following according to the arms on your Vanguard Circle. Right deity arms, during your turn, it gets 5k power. Left deity arms, it gets intercept. So this is of course going to be Basagra support. This card is going to be the new Grade 1 card to be called with Basagra skill, because as we all know, Basagra does superior call Grade 1 and below rear guards from the drop zone. However, it is also really depends on whether or not you want the counter charge, because potentially this card is gonna basically competing against Trick Moon, because Trick Moon has much better power than this card, because this card is basically just a 13k, but although it could intercept, but then again, it's not really as good. Having the intercept for a Grade 1 that Basagra basically superior cost is actually quite nice, and what this means is that alongside the shield with Basagra, you basically have a 15k for free. Well, not exactly for free, but then again, you're able to superior call from the drop zone, so I guess it's really not bad. 15k shield for free, hey, that's 1 trigger already without you even have to throw anything from your hand. So this card I think is a solid pickup for Basagra, because Basagra at the moment does not really have a lot of support. I think this is probably the go-to thing that Basagra should be getting. Moving on to Dark States, we have Diabolos Diver Emmet. Auto, when this unit is placed on Rigor Circle, cost Counterblast 1, choose one of your Vanguard with Bruce in its card name, and that unit and this unit gets 5k power until the end of turn. If you choose a Grade 4, Counter Charge 1 or Soul Charge 1, definitely Bruce support. This card does powers up the Grade 4 Bruce because of we all know Grade 4 Bruce will be restanding. So you're basically calling him down, Counterblast 1 to give himself as well as the Bruce the 5k power. The 5k from himself is not as game breaking, but then again, it's technically free because since you'll be choosing a Grade 4, you can counter charge 1 or so charge 1. Most of the time I would go for the counter charge because we all know how counter blast heavy Bruce is right now. So I don't know, this one most of the time you're gonna go for the counter charge. However, should you find yourself really low on the soul, I guess the soul charge is fine, but you need to basically manage your counter charge a little bit. Also, you could just like ignore the 5k on this unit and basically just make him a cost for Marjorie, because Marjorie at this point is really good attacker rather than you having Emmet to be a 18k. Marjorie by herself is a 23. I don't think you will want to use this as an attacker, but maybe just to boost the Vanguard for an extra 5k for free at that. A nice support, but not really needed at this point. Next, for Stoicheia, we don't have Cater Sanctuary. I'm really sorry. They always seems to put Cater Sanctuary reviews at the very back. Clouded Miasma, normal order. Play this with Counterblast 1. Choose a grade 3 or less from your drop and call it to Rearguard Circle. If this is a part of Alchemy Magic, choose one of your Vanguard, it gets continuous Vanguard Circle. All of your front row gets 5k power until the end of turn. So this is basically a combination of Zorga's second skill and a watered down version of the order, which is this one. Zorga has a skill that basically Counterblast 1 to choose anything from the drop zone to Superior Call them back. So most of the time, I guess we'll be calling your grade 1 boosters, because you do have Roaming Prison Dragon in the drop zone, so most of the time you're gonna play the Alchemy Magic to Superior Call a grade 1 booster and then just like Superior Call back the Roaming Prison Dragon. If you do play this normal order inside the regular Zorga, you could give 15k to 3 units. So yeah, really nice order card for Zorga and more power boost. Next, of course, is the grade 3 alternative to Zorga. Dead Sea Spiritualist Grave equals Zorga. Very weird name. Continuous Vanguard Circle. If you did Alchemy Magic this turn, all of your front row units get 5k power. Active Vanguard once per turn. Soul Blast 1, discard a card, choose a normal order card from your drop, put it into your hand, and until the end of turn, when you would play a normal order, you can bind a normal order. Basically, it's Alchemy Magic. Well, I don't know why I needed to read that. I mean, it's basically Alchemy Magic. The 5k power boost for free is actually nice. I mean, it's not really for free. You need to pay the cost for Alchemy Magic anyways. But then again, giving the 5k bonus to your front row, and it's a continuous. It's really nice. And of course, you will be able to recycle some of your normal orders from the drop, which means that this card actually encourages you to play a lower number of orders as opposed to the normal Zorga, where you don't really have a way to recycle your orders from the drop zone. This card could actually let you recycle. I mean, you can just use like that one order card over and over again, because you need to Soul Blast 1, discard 1 to get a normal order card to your hand. You will never run out of normal order cards, although you will still run out of the bind or normal order card in the drop zone. So I guess it's quite okay. It's not really as a big deal because Zorga has a lot of stuff to basically put the order cards from the bind zone to drop zones. So it's really not too bad. However, the downside to this card versus the normal Zorga is that you will always need to pay 1 Soul Blast as well as discard 1 to put 1 normal order card to your hand in order to Alchemy Magic. There's always an added Soul Blast 1 cost to this card. So it's not too bad, but at the same time, the soul is gonna be a chore for you. But then again, as we see right now, Tearful Malice just gained more usability in this deck more than ever, should you have 2 Prison Dragon in the drop zone, that is. Not too bad, and this may just introduce a new way to play Zorga. And I would like to see more multi-attacks. Come on, Bushi, give Zorga that. Just give it that. Moving on to Brandgate. Cardinal Fang Dadai. Although when this unit is placed on Rearguard Circle, if your world is Abyssal Dark Knight, cast Counterblast 1 and call a Shadow Army token to Rearguard Circle. So this is basically a Orpheus support and is a Shadow Army token generator. However, you could basically generate 1 Shadow Army token on your 3rd turn should you have like another Woe Order in your hand. This card does help quite a bit for Mashuria as well as TJ combo. Basically, these 2 cards that needs to eat Shadow Army token in order to gain power or restand. Dadai could basically just could help you with generate more Shadow Army token. I guess Orpheus needs an alternative grade 3 like Zorga. And of course, not to mention the Counterblast. The Counterblast is quite heavy at this point if you decided to use this. I mean, I'm not trying to say this card is bad, but I think we need to see the triple R for Orpheus. Here's hopes to a better Orpheus. Next, we have the triple R. Surprisingly, it's not a grade 3 alternative to Gravidia. Gravidia Peters. Why is it not Parker? Auto Rearguard Circle. When this unit boosted hits, choose up to 2 Meteorites cards from your drop and put them on the bottom of your deck in any order. If you put 2 cards, retire this unit and draw a card. So this is basically your Meteor Cycle for Gravidia, because as we all know, Gravidia filters the deck for your Meteor cards like crazy. So this does and also encourage you to aggressively put a lot of meteors from your set order to the drop zones and be really aggressive in terms of your Vanguard attack as well as maybe trigger checks. What's more, this card actually does helps with decking out a little bit because Gravidia does deck out really fast. This is basically a +1 to your deck since you need to put 2 meteors back to the bottom and you draw 1, so it's actually a +1, so it does kind of help in certain scenarios. Having to attack hit with this card is not really bad, but then again, unless the power is really big for that column, I don't think this card will be hitting anytime soon. But then again, I could be wrong. This card is a really great support for Gravidia. And this is a triple R. I guess there's 2 more double Rs, but based on the direction that Bushiroad is giving Gravidia, I guess it's really going to be great. And that is all for the reviews for this week. So yeah, this is only the first week and we got a lot of stuff already. Hopefully next week we will get more. Hopefully Cater Sanctuary gets here sooner than maybe the last one. In any case, do like and subscribe if you like this video, and of course do ring the bell notification icon so that you don't miss a video I upload. With that being said, I'll see you all on a few.